Hello everyone. Today's Command vs. DCS, we're going to be exploring the Su-27 in the Persian Gulf. So our scenario is pretty straightforward today. We have a pair of T3 backfires that are basically going to be making a run on the dam up here, the Dryroft Dam, way kind of near Kerman, not too close from Dryroft Airport and things along those lines. We're going to be entering enemy territory, so obviously we're going to be expecting to bump into probably a couple enemy fighters, maybe some ambush cap, maybe some surface air missile systems, depending on what's going on. Our defense for this particular mission is pretty straightforward. We have one airport, which has a couple of Su-27Ss, and then we also have a carrier group that has a couple Su-33s, slightly different aircraft. We'll go ahead and get these guys airborne right away as I kind of explain what's going on here. They've already been assigned to the mission, and they're pretty much good to go. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with the Su-27, it's basically the Russia's answer to F-15. Remember, we had the lightweight fighter, which ended up being the F-16, and the heavyweight fighter, which ended up being the F-15. The Russian equivalents are the MiG-29 for the lightweight and the Su-27 for the heavyweight. They're both very solid aircraft, and they have kind of a different philosophy as far as design actually goes. We'll deal with that a little later on. So let's go ahead and speed up time here. You notice the carrier crew got off way quicker than people over here at Kasab Airport, which is a really cool airport actually in DCS. It's actually one of my favorites. So I'll go ahead and speed up time a little bit here. And we're good to go. So right off the bat, we've already detected several bogeys, which doesn't surprise me. We've already identified them as MiG-21s, which also doesn't surprise me because we have this beautiful A-50 kind of doing some of the work for us. The thing is, I don't think we actually identified it by the radar. We actually identified it by usually as radar warning receiver. Now, one thing I find interesting with this one compared to DCS is this version of the SPO-15 will actually give you a specific radar emission, sort of like a lot of the American equivalent radar warning receivers. You don't get that in DCS as much, which is kind of unfortunate, but again, it still works pretty well. Keep in mind also we have their surface action group here, which could probably identify these guys for a number of different ways. So anyway, I'll go ahead and speed up time a little bit more here. Let's see here, in just a minute they should be engaging. Now another interesting difference between DCS and Command here is the loadout that you get on the Su-27. DCS, you have an amazing command as far as what you get. Over here, we don't have nearly that much control, but obviously we can go in and edit weapons directly and things like that. You can see we're carrying some R-27Rs and some R-27ERs. Usually when I fly in DCS, I like to carry ETs as well and never carry the lower R model. The R-27, by the way, is a very interesting one, and we'll look at that in just a second. So you can see that the escorts have immediately moved into position. Su-27S, of course, being sort of the general model of the Su-27. You have an earlier version as well, the S, the flanker B, kind of the second version. You also have a Su-27P, which is the interceptor version, which actually is another interesting history as well. But like I said, if we get into that a little later, we will. So these guys are moving into position, and they've already deployed, I'm guessing, an ER. Nope, that's a standard R. That's a mistake. One of the reasons why they carry the EEs as well as the ERs is it basically gives you the ability to do a radar, kind of like a Sparrow engagement, and it also allows you to do red engagement, such as, with like a Sidewinder. It's just a very long-range Sidewinder. And personally, I never really have a lot of luck with it. Okay, he's turning defensive here. Interesting thing about the R-27 is a lot of times you can actually outturn the missile, which is like just incredible. Here comes. I think that's going to miss. Yeah, like I said, it's going to miss. But good thing our pilot recognized that immediately and already fired another one off. That I'm guessing this is an F5 versus MiG-21. Nope, that's a MiG-21. That poor MiG-21 is about to get intercepted here. Yeah, he's toast. The big thing with escorts is setting the escort distance. If you actually go over here, I split this into two separate missions. If you don't separate the missions with the aircraft, which you always end up having is a group of escorts that just crowd around one plane, completely forgetting the other planes that you have in your attack package. Always kind of keep that in the back of your head. But my escorts themselves are basically set to 80 nautical miles, which is actually much too big. That shouldn't be any greater than about 25. But again, it's worth checking out. So we have some other aircraft here. This looks like another MiG-21, and then we also have an F5 Tiger, which doesn't surprise me. So the Su-27s and Su-33s are doing a real bang-up job. He's going to, I guarantee you, he's just going to outturn the missile. Watch this. Swing and miss. We're going to have the same exact problem in DCS. It's going to be a little different, probably. All right, they're getting a little too close. Uh-oh. Hopefully he goes defensive. I don't think he's going to get out of the way of that one. Nope. Watch out. There's another one. Oh, no. They might get our bombers. Oh, this isn't good. Got him. He's not coming back from that. Holy smokes! I don't know what that F5 Tiger is carrying today, but that was incredible. You didn't run out of fuel, did you? Excuse you. You're also not excused. Why are you quitting your mission there? Go ahead and order him to reacquire here. Sometimes you get stuff like this when they fire a bunch of weapons. It's all based on your WRA and your missions control and everything like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and tell these two guys to come back. Now, another really nice thing here that I really like is the fact that you can see exactly how much fuel you need to carry for a specific distance, as well as how long it's going to take to get to something. We just picked something up. So whenever you get intercepted, expect to get intercepted multiple times. In this particular scenario, it looks like we're going to get engaged again. Which, again, can we identify these guys yet? Not quite yet. In a minute, once they get a little bit closer, we can probably identify them. See, we're getting a range-only radar, which is indicative of a lot. Weird. We could just sort of pause for a second there. These guys are hostile. They're getting a little too close. Uh-oh. Oops, sorry about that. A little too close there. What's this? It's getting away. Get him with another one. So the trick here is you want to try to force them to be defensive, but then you want to make sure there's another one coming up their tailpipe as they're defensive, so that when they turn back away, they're run out of energy and they're much easier targets to hit. So this would be the time to actually fire a third one. There we go. 3 missiles seems like a lot, but these guys are way too close to the Tupolev 22s. Give it a sec. See him actually cranking. That's pretty cool. There he goes. So now watch. He's going to go defensive and try to basically outturn the missile. It might not work this time. Okay. Ooh. Impressive. So he's just not as maneuverable as some of the other aircraft are. But unfortunately, that leaves us with very few weapons left. We still have a couple R's, so it's not all bad. So let's go ahead and fast forward time here. New contacts, it looks like. Radar or something. Drop some bombs. Turn to base. Okay. So things look like they actually work pretty well for us. I'm actually going to send these guys all the way home. You can see the A-50 do donuts. Those guys all land. Those guys all go back to the carrier. And everybody wins. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, I didn't realize how low fuel he had. Jeez. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and take a look here. So let's see our losses and expenditures. So they lost 2 Tigers, 2 MiG-19s, 2 MiG-21s, and they also lost the dam. We didn't lose anything. Got close, but we went through an awful lot of missiles here. So let's go ahead and see what happens in DCS. All right, here we are over in DCS. We're ready for takeoff, sitting here at this absolutely awesome airport, which is literally in this tight valley here. You can see that we've got everything all ready to go. We're carrying an absolute maximum fuel load here. We have my little teammate sitting back there somewhere, and our charges are going to be somewhere up there once we get up in the air and get going. We're not going to be doing this one from the perspective of the Sukhoi 33s. We're going to kind of leave them to their own devices. Anyway, let's go ahead and unpause. Let's get rolling. I'm going to go ahead and turn down our little beeper down here in the corner because that's just going to get irritating real fast. So weather conditions today are pretty good. They're not perfect. We definitely have a pretty good crosswind here. We also have substantial heat. We have substantial clouds. You know, it's pretty much the exact same kind of thing you would expect in this particular region. This thing going up pretty good. Go. The landing gear. Flaps. I'm sure everything came out okay. Good to go. Let's see if we can go ahead and find our charge. Yeah, visual range mode. Radar on. Just at the range. Now, one of my favorite things about this particular aircraft, and you know, F-18 has a very similar system, is that you have a really good data link. If I actually zoom out and kind of look over here on the right, you can actually see where other aircraft are right on the map without actually acquiring them with radar or anything along these lines. Now, that's a tremendously useful tool. You can see right there on my right, 2 little circles that have like the little lines, looks like a cross attached to it. Those are actually going to be the things we're trying to go ahead and escort in just a minute. We're picking somebody up right here. Who do we have here? We have this guy. Oh, just lost him. Those must be up a little too far here. Tip the radar back up. They're out there somewhere. They're probably notching us just a little bit. We're going to be doing this at full afterburner, trying to get us up there as quickly as we can. And down a little bit lower. There's somewhere, probably marking, because I know these guys are high altitude types. Definitely within our range, right about right here. So again, I haven't actually detected them on radar, but we're already detecting roughly where they are in the sky because of the fact that we're getting data link information. That's probably going to absolutely save us when we have to engage some of the enemy aircraft along the way. Right. I'm trying to let the nose come down a bit because we're getting very, very close. We just got notification of a pop-up group. They're 300 kilometers away though, so they're probably not going to bother us too much. I think those other two aircraft are actually the Sukhoi 33s on their way. Down just a little bit here. Bingo fuel today is 1,200 kilograms, which is that's a lot. Now, one of the reasons that the Sukhoi 27 was developed the way it was to basically give Russia kind of a long-range, beyond enemy territory sort of an aircraft. Yeah, that's got to be him right there. No, this thing definitely has substantially better range than MiG-29. You know, I always like to joke MiG-29's range is about to the end of the runway, and that's about as far as you can go. Just not picking these guys up. They're a little bit too close to them. One nice thing I got myself going, like I said, is that Data Link is already providing us with useful information. Pretty nice day. It's definitely a little warm. I know these guys do about Mach 0.84, I think is their current speed. I'd have to go check that out. And I think their altitude is somewhere around 9,000. That's what. The altitude is somewhere around 9,000. There we go. Yeah, 880. What I expected. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to get close, but not too close to this guy. In the event that he does do any sort of jamming or anything like that, you really don't want to be on the wrong side of him. You do want to make a slightly better effort here to actually intercept him, because otherwise he's going to zip right by us. We're actually going to let the nose come down all the way. We need to pick up a lot more speed if we're going to be able to keep time with this guy. Come on. There he is, right there. Easy. Yeah, he's about 10,000 meters or so, not too bad. Again, I'm not pulling XFGs or anything right here because I don't want to waste too much energy this time. Fortunately, he's always going to be very easy to find again because, like I said, he is marking pretty bad. Unfortunately for us, he's marking pretty bad. Now 2.5 kilometers away, which actually isn't too bad. It's actually pretty good. I think 3 kilometers is more than close enough. We're getting a warning here that somebody at 019 or for 280. So we're coming up and intercept us, I guess. Bring the RPM down to about. A little faster. Go ahead and unlink this guy. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. Oh, look at that! Looks like we've already gotten data link 2 targets. They're intercepting us kind of slightly off to the right. Anybody else? Nope, that seems to be the only guy. Excuse me. So we're definitely going to want to keep an eye out for those guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and tell my wingman to go ahead and activate his electronic countermeasures. And I'm also going to go ahead and tell him to turn his radar on in case he hasn't done so already. Because he'll also keep an eye on things for us as well. Now, this radar is actually mechanically steered. Not fancy-faced radar like some of the modern radars that you can see. So what we actually have to do is we can adjust the elevation of the antenna with this little handle right here. So what I can actually do is tilt the antenna down a little bit, just to kind of keep an eye below us and let my teammate kind of worry about what's in front of us. Look. I see something else way over there, but I'm pretty confident that's our AWACS. There's the coast of Iran, straight ahead. Our guy over here on our left is doing 880. And you can see we have 2 targets right there on our right. Man, this data link is incredible. It totally is better than anything you can get on the MiG-29. A little bit to our right there. I wonder if these guys are at the same altitude. And just a little tiny bit picking my teammate up. He's right there, obviously. I'm picking somebody else up on the left, but he's got double lines, which means that he's a friendly. RPM down, just a teeny bit. The interesting thing is this aircraft is actually fly-by-wire, but even though it's fly-by-wire, it doesn't have auto trim. It's kind of a bummer. One thing the F-15 always had that I really liked. And it's not to say I can't trim an airplane, it's just kind of irritating. Just one more thing, as they say. We got a warning that there's a guy at 200. Since my zoom is 200 kilometers, it would be anywhere up at the top here. Too bad your data link display doesn't actually display on the screen right here. That would make your life 100% easier. Here you go. How did you identify him at that distance? Obviously, he has got a different radar set than I do. I always wonder about the AI in this game. Not to say that it's bad or it's good. It's just interesting. Any moment now, we should be acquiring those targets. Go ahead and tell my teammate to go ahead and get a little closer here. Still have not acquired the targets yet. Now, fighters are going to come in extremely small on this radar display, so even though I will acquire them, it's just going to be a lot harder to see. And again, that right there, that's the AWACS going by, so you can actually watch it right now. Speed, how much fuel we got? 7,000, plenty. Remember, we only need about 1,100, 1,400, somewhere in there to actually get us back. Should be acquiring those targets any minute now. Definitely in our range. Zoom way out for a second. It looks like there's two separate groups. Let's see what we can do about this one right here. Oh, another pop-up group. Alright, breaking off. We're gonna go engage. Tell my teammates to go ahead and cover me. About half that distance. There we go. So when we see him, chances are we're gonna see him somewhere in probably this range, about maybe 60, 70 kilometers. Make sure I select my weapon in advance. We're gonna use ERs. Remember in DCS though that this weapon was always dodged, so when we shoot it, we have to make sure we give the enemy as little room to escape as possible. It's not the most... Go ahead and take a look at my charge. He's right over there on my left. Teammate knows to cover me. A little bit of speed here. Just a little bit. I don't want to get too far away from the Tupolev 22 in case somebody tries to sneak up underneath him. Right, let's go ahead and confirm their altitude real quick. AWACS. Go ahead and his altitude. I need to know if I need to tip my antenna down at all. 11,000. Considerably above me. 016 for 100. Yeah, but I want to leave it a little bit, so I'm actually going to stay here. How's that? Slightly above me. They're probably going to be barking also. Keep my antenna nice and level. Just like that. I'd much rather come up underneath them if 016 is going to be slightly off to my right. I'm going to be right about right there where my radar slide is. I'm going to use the same procedure I always use. I always like to lock up the guy in the front, tell my teammate to take care of him while I take care of the guy in the back. Works really, really well for beyond visual range. Here's our Tupolev 22s. Still doing their thing way over there. Still have... This is disappointing. Now, what we could use is the electro-optical sight, which is a little ball kind of hanging off the front. Problem with that, though, is it doesn't really do head-on engagements terribly well. It's about halfway 018. 41347. That's what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, see how number 2 has already locked onto him? You can actually see that right on the data link. I'm not detecting it. I don't know what you were doing differently than I am. I'll tilt my radar down. My radar up. Bingo. Oh, I just lost you. Notching? I don't see these guys. Got him. There he is. I'll take care of the buddy. So I'm going to have my teammate go for him. I'm going to take care of this guy. So the trick here is you're going to fire one to get him to maneuver. Then we're going to switch to the ET. Then we're going to try to get on his tail and get him again. He's turning.
Launch authorized.
And now he's got 2 problems to deal with. Switch back to the ER. Away. And now he's got 2 different things he's going to have to cope with. Keep an eye out for his buddy, though. Dodged both, but he's not going to dodge that one. Jeez. I'm really impressed with that F5, I'm not gonna lie. Gotcha. That was cool. Fortunately, I had bigger problems, as they say. That's my charge, and he almost got a free hit. Okay, switch back to this mode. Radar back on. I have lost every bit of energy I had, but it worked out pretty well. Can't identify what he is. Right, looks like we still have an enemy target though off to our right. There it is. Come on. There we go. Let's go ahead and ask AWACS to declare that guy. Pretty sure it's hostile. That's my charge, that's my other charge.
Authorized.
I'm impressed with that F5. That thing easily dodged both of those weapons. I'm not going to fire until I get a little bit closer. One away. Looks like somebody's already launched at him though. What are they doing? He's probably going to try to beam me like they always do.
Launch authorized.
Let's go. Nope, he's in pieces, I think. Yeah, he broke up. Yeah, he's coming apart. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. Not much left of that guy. I think there's another one out there, though. Yeah, one on my left. Antenna set correctly. Well, this guy's a lot closer than that. Let's see. 355 for 910. It's actually close on my left. Also one on my right. Uh-oh. What I'm going to try to do is lock on. The one on my left seems to be coming right for me. Again, this is not my radar telling me these things. This is actually the data link. This is absolutely awesome, this aircraft. Right, let's go ahead and tell my flight to go ahead and cover me. Find my charge is right on my left, so I haven't actually made that much distance out of them. Power here, I got time. Something looking at us. I left just a little bit. So one of them appears to be kind of coming off to the right. Let me actually zoom out all the way real quick. We're fine. But keep in mind, if we didn't have the data link capability, we'd have to figure this out on our own. You can see how wonderful this tool is. Yo, they're definitely trying to vector in on us. You can see that very clearly. What do I do? That one is. It looks like number 2 has just flagged both of those. You can see the little data link warning. Yeah, there's one. 1 or 2 targets. Huh. Gonna lock on. There's more than one. Uh-oh.
Launch authorized.
That's a little early for that particular weapon. We might be in trouble. I did not realize there were more than one of them. Apparently my teammate's already on this too. Hopefully he's not engaging the same guy I'm engaging. Oh yeah. Watching this direction real carefully because I know that there's another one sneaking up on us. He's a little far away though. And what happened to the other Sukhoi 33s? Yeah, I hear you. Being annoying, it's coming right towards me.
Launch authorized.
Stay with him. He's got a buddy. Right. Watch out for his buddy though. His buddy looks like he's coming right for me. Weapons just don't want to get him. Nope, got him. Where's his buddy though? Right ahead. My teammate just got one. I charge. Nope, teammate got the other one. Nicely done. Nicely done. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom back out. We have nothing but teammates in this guy. Nicely done, everybody. Nicely done. How are we doing for fuel? Honey. Oh, I'm gonna go find my charges again. I think that's one of them. I think that's ours right there. Right a little bit. Back around. Guy. I think we've actually engaged and or destroyed everybody. And this is actually, I think, the first time we've ever had a successful air-to-air engagement, to be honest. Makes me feel a little bit better. But again, when you have good intelligence about your targets, it makes these things so much simpler to work out. Look, right ahead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's our charge. Not bad at all. So yeah, this aircraft is absolutely solid in pretty much every sort of way that you can imagine. Is that him? Yeah, there he is. Let's see, we're at such high altitudes here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to en route mode for a second here. The radar off. Let's see. Zooming out a little bit. Alright, he's just declared he's passing waypoint 2, which means he's about to start his attack run. And we've pretty much done our job here. And very, very interesting engagement. Those F5s really had no problem getting out of the way of those R27s, which really means for that particular weapon, you've got to launch in the DLC, otherwise you're just never going to hit anything with them. And the E's, or I should say the thermal versions in red, I don't think I've ever actually hit anybody with one of those before. It's just kind of funny. The R-27s, on the other hand, I should say, the R-73s have no problem being successful in those kinds of engagements. Actually switch to EO mode, probably lock onto this guy. There. Let me get him. What a bummer. Looks like he actually got shut down, to be honest.
Launch
There he is.
authorized.
Yeah, I'm not going to engage you, don't worry. Alright, let's see how we did. I think I got 2. Yeah, I got 2. I'll take 2. I'll take 2. Anybody even shoot at me? No. But you can see me wasting my ammunition really, really badly here. Oh boy, those weapons are definitely interesting. Not bad. Not bad at all. Did anybody crash that wasn't supposed to crash? No, we got everybody though. All right, hopefully you found that video enlightening. I think from this point on, we'll probably explore a different series, but at the very least, you have a pretty good idea of what happens in command versus what happens in DCS. In general, they seem to match each other pretty well. Enjoy.